What is up, guys? It is John back with another director's cut. Now, you forgive my voice, I am a little under the weather. However, this video here is one of my more popular videos. It was actually featured on a show on the Travel Channel called Paranormal Caught on Camera. This is a couple years ago. Myself, my friend Tim from Breaking the Shell, and my friend Michael from A Man's Journey ventured off into an area that Michael took us to known as the Witch's Circle. Most of you know what happened. For you who are newer to the channel, I will tell the story as we go. We went here because, and it's called the Witch's Circle. And please, if you are a witch or into that, this is not in any way trying to be disrespectful towards witches, because witches are real. There are people out there who practice witchcraft, and this whole area has really nothing to do with witches. The only connection to witches is that the tale is there were three sisters lived here in the 1800s that were witches. Two or three, I can't remember for sure. This is all passed down over time. There's no documentation or anything like that. It just, became known as the Witch's Circle. What happened here, the dark events that happened here were satanic. Well, I don't even know that they were satanic. They were just people of the occult, one way or the other. And they had made ritual sacrifices here, and one of the more prominent, well-known sacrifices that didn't really get talked about in the media, but the locals who live around this area, was a pregnant lady. They performed a premature C-section on her, removed her child from her, and murdered it, sacrificed it by nailing it to a certain tree, which you'll see. It's a very sinister looking tree, honestly. So yeah, the Travel Channel took it and ran with the witch side of things. But I honestly, I can attest this wasn't anything to do with witches as far as what happened here that was tragic. It was just that it so happened some ladies lived here that were witches a long time ago. So now that I got that clear, we're going to talk about what happened. So we're right now walking down what used to be a road. It now just leads to, this is all peninsula we're on. So we're completely, we walked across that barricade you just saw, and that's the only way in and out. There's no other way out of here, because this is a peninsula that leads to a lake, and there's water on three sides, and there's just that one trail going in and out. That in itself makes it a spooky area, as well as knowing what happened here. And you'll see later, in the part that really got the Travel Channel's attention, the show Paranormal Caught on Camera, was eventually in this video, my friend Tim has these scratch marks down his back. Now, we don't know how they got there. He couldn't have done it. I don't think he could reach that part of his back. Neither me or Michael did it. They were really bad scratch marks. And another reason I wanted to do this now is because I just got done working with the Travel Channel, and we'll be back on the show again. A different video. It's actually the video of the same three of us. We didn't do very many videos together, but it's the same video where we went to this house where a gentleman was murdered shortly before we went there. Michael took us there because his daughter actually was a roommate to the guy that was murdered. And so we done an investigation there that drew a lot of attention as well. Excuse me, guys. I may have to clear my throat a time or two, but that's just what we got to deal with all this sickness going on. But anyways, you see here people have dumped tires here. Before they put the barricade up, people used to be able to drive down in here. People still go fish and things of that nature on the point, but they always talk about creepy things that happen. Now, I'm not going to do any director's cuts on the other videos we did here. We did 2 other videos. And I'll go ahead and explain what happened. We went back a second time. Before the Travel Channel ever got a hold of this, we're like, we really need to go back here and just kind of reevaluate what happened and walk through it again. And that video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. I'll link all 3 videos we did here. But that video, we got to the point, and it was something moving around the woods the whole time. We heard wood knocking. Something big jumps into the water and lets out this blood-curdling scream. And it sent all 3 of us grown men sprinting out of the woods here back to our car. And it's it's at least, it's close to a mile from where we park all the way to where we were. I'd say 2/3 of a mile is about how far it was. It's definitely over half a mile. So maybe 3/4 of a mile, but I'd say 2/3 probably is how far it was. This area here was real muddy, and I remember when we ran the next time, I almost lost my shoe in this mud running through it, and I kicked mud all over my back, the back of my head. It was awful. However, we survived. We made it. The third time we went, me and Tim was hearing something big move throughout the woods, but we never did see it. And that's when we knew we were going to be on Travel Channel. We wanted to do a final video. That one's probably the best one to watch because it kind of recaps everything that happened throughout our adventures here at the Witches Circle. Probably won't ever go back. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. We'll see. It just depends. It really does. Right now we're in the midst of all this coronavirus, and there's the tree that the baby was sacrificed on. And it just has these weird features to it. I mean, it's just eerie to look at even. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about you, but it weirds me out. So anyways, this is where it happened. And tree limb got right in front of the camera. And you can see I'm real fascinated with like these weird knots that's on the tree. You'll see soon. It's when Tim goes to the tree. You'll see when he gets scratched. It's very unnerving. It's a weird thing that happened. It's the first time that anyone was hurt ever in my adventures doing this. And that's that right there, right next to me. That limb just moved out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what in the world just happened? And this place is odd. I mean, when you're walking into this hollow, is what we call it, or this peninsula, and you feel like you're just walking deeper and deeper into the black. It's freaky. It's unnerving, and I don't like it. But I thought about going during the day because someone told me that the old homestead of the women who were there years and years and years ago, you can still see the foundations. Apparently, there's an altar. So that's pretty cool. I like to get there and try to find that. So maybe this spring, when all this pandemic stuff is over, I may revisit this area and check it out during the daylight, and maybe do a nighttime too, but especially the daylight, just because I can see what all's around. See if we can find where this house was. And there's another thing, guys. It was a full moon that night. It was a full moon when we were there. I forgot about that. But yeah, it's definitely eerie. For a minute, I want to talk about, like, at the time I'm filming this, we're all kind of staying home for the most part. The coronavirus is running rampant throughout this country. And it's now storming here at the house. We actually got tornado warning, so I hope it all turns out okay. But yeah, it's kind of a weird time right now. So I'm hoping all this blows over. I hope people listening to this months from now are doing this, and life is back to normal. We do hope for that. I pray that happens. And I do say for all of you out there that's listening that are at home, take care of yourselves. If you have to go out in public, stay away from people. Use your hand sanitizer, wash your hands, don't touch your face, all that stuff they keep telling you. Just make sure you do that. But anyways, so here we are. We're standing around trying to figure out what's going on here. Tim, I think, is fixing. Oh, this is where now. Look at that. I've never seen 4 marks like that. That's weird. It's really dark, like in red. See, now recently I got scratched, and it was faint, like it wasn't that prominent. So whatever's here really, really is able to harness a lot of energy, and do that kind of harm to someone. It's kind of scary. It's not kind of. It's really scary. And you see just these go all the way up his back. And I don't know. I mean, it looks bad. And at this point, I still remember him saying that. And I thought, this was pretty cold. You can see our breath. So I knew it wasn't bugs or anything like that. Michael's trying to laugh, and he told me later, he's like, man, I'm sorry. I was like kind of laughing. He said, I was so freaked out, I just didn't know how to respond. And guys, it's raining really hard here, so you might be able to hear some of that audio. I do apologize if you hear it. But we actually got tornado warnings right now, so I'm going to finish this up and go to the lower level of the house. I'm upstairs right now in my office, so. Anyways, we're walking on to the point now, and there winds up being people there, I think. Yeah, you see the lights? The lights across the lake. I think they wind up being someone down there fishing, and I don't know where they come from because there's no car. Like I said, they might have come in on boat. A lot of people get out, and we used to do this when I was young. We lived on the lake. So we would take like our pontoon boat down the lake somewhere and find a nice area to park the boat and just camp. And we did that a lot. So that could be what was going on here. But we wound up seeing, Tim's freezing, but we wound up seeing people down here camping. So we decided to move on back towards the tree. It's been a while since I've seen this, guys, so. Again, see, there's constantly things moving around. And you see that tree? Could have been a squirrel or something done it. That's definitely a possibility. But you hear a sound, something's moving, but you don't hear anything scurry off. That's the part, and then you don't see anything. That's what makes me weirded out about stuff like that. A lot of times something like that happens, you hear something kind of, scurry off in the distance. But things here just seem eerie. It seems lifeless here, too, in a way. Like, there's never seen any animals in the witch's circle. It is definitely eerie. But if you guys haven't seen these, again, like I said, the video, I'll link the video down below for you to enjoy. The original, if you haven't seen it. And check out Paranormal Caught on Camera on the Travel Channel. I think we're on episode 2 or 3 of their launch last year. I'm very excited that I'm going to be on it again. I have a good relationship with the Travel Channel right now, and it's really nice to have that. See there's some where we see some lights down here. That's when I realized, oh crap, there's actually someone down here fishing. And we decided to leave them alone. Because I was walking way, they let me walk way off from them. It's not safe to separate like that. But, Sometimes we do. But this place here is somewhere I don't really want to be all alone because I feel like something dangerous is there. I really, really do. I feel like there is an element of danger, and you just got to be careful in places like this. I still remember the sound of that animal, and when we were there the second time. It takes a lot to make me run, and that did. It made all three of us like just bolt. So, you always got to be careful when you're out in nature like this. We've done some things that I kind of, looking back on, was pretty dumb. We went into places we probably shouldn't have went into at night alone. Me and Tim walked to Cades Cove, and if you're not familiar with Cades Cove, it's a area in the Smoky Mountain National Park. It's an 11-mile loop, and it's an old settlement. I mean, there's cabins and churches. I mean, and they're all preserved, thankfully, by the national park. But this is it's the most densely black. It's the most. Listen to me. I'm getting tongue-tied. It's the most dense population of black bears in the world, I think, in Cades Cove. And that's when we heard whatever creature that was screaming. People call it a Bigfoot. I don't know. I'm going to do a director's cut of it soon. But definitely some creepy times and definitely some dangerous places we've been for the sake of entertainment. But, this year's going to be fun. Once the pandemic stuff's gone, I'm looking forward to what is coming up. Got a lot of exciting things happening. And I hope you guys are ready to join me for all of it. This is going to be a huge adventure on this channel. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to continue doing these director's cuts. I hope you guys give me feedback on what you'd like to see next. What videos do you want to see in the director's cut? Got a lot of videos backlogged. This video, I'll start a playlist starting with this video and all the ones I've done before for you guys to enjoy. I think I'm going to keep these going, man. I really like them. I enjoy making them. And here's to the future. We're nearing the end here. I know we got a couple more minutes. So, again, this was the Witch's Circle. I hope you guys enjoyed this director's cut of it. I hope to get to film a lot more videos with my friends, Tim and Michael. We'll see. We'll see what happens this year. We all are kind of doing our own thing right now, but we're still friends. That will never change. And we got a lot of plans. We got a lot of things we want to do. It's just getting to it. You see Tim there still clutching his back. Guys, I have memberships available on this channel now. I do have a Patreon where I'm going to, as soon as I can get back out, I'm going to start uploading some specific content just for Patreon. And I sell t-shirts. I have turlet spray. I have all that stuff, guys. It's all back. I'm back in this full force. I hope you are too. I look forward to what the future holds. I'm going to be pulling my metal detector out as soon as it clears up. And so much stuff to come, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is kind of what happens when you try to do a voiceover for 20 minutes. There's a lot of time, and it's hard to fill. But with that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate all the support you've given me over the years. This channel's not possible without you, and I value you guys so much, and I really appreciate you all. And again, like I said earlier, we're in the midst of a pandemic. I think it'll be okay as long as we all stick together, do what we're supposed to do, take care of each other, respect everyone, respect the social distancing, and try to do the right things, guys. That's very important. Try to do the right things. You know, guys, if you go in the bathroom, wash your hands. Don't be the nasty guy. Don't go in a gas station, use the bathroom, walk out, and open up coolers to get you a drink, and you've not washed your hands. Please, please don't. No one wants that. No one wants your nastiness on them. So please have respect for other people and just wash your hands and be clean. Guys, I love you. Y'all have a good one.